discussed is the principles of management, what are the different characteristics of management, how this management thought has been evolved, and different schools of thoughts looking into this management as a behavioral school as well as the classical school, and also the different types of management like in the school of thought like scientific management, administrative management, and bureaucratic management, and general functions of management like planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. And in the beginning we saw few definitions how to go about or how to approach this management concepts. Now we will just move into the media management part, how to see media as a business. As from the beginning, I was telling about media should serve the society. Media is the fourth pillar that all know. Media is responsible and media to provide information, education. That's what we have been discussed, presented in television production. What is the media's role, the communication system, and different media policies. Instead, in spite of all these things, how we can see media as a business. And in this session, you'll learn about the growth of media as a business and how marketing and product selling lent a path for media based industries to grow. And we will also study a few media based business model plans and their distinctive features. So media as a business, how it is seen as a business, while the production and manufacturing companies uh, that production and manufacturing oriented companies or business focuses on production and they tries to sell products. The production and manufacturing oriented business focuses on production and tries to sell their products. The customer oriented business, there are another business area where the customer oriented business focuses on the needs of the customer and produces accordingly, being aware of the marketability of the services or products sold. So product oriented business and customer oriented business, where the product oriented business, a manufacturing oriented business focus on production to sell their products. Customer oriented business focus on the needs of the customer and produces accordingly, being aware of the marketability. Here the marketing matters, how the media is seeing as a business, not only management. Once the product has come out of the industry, then it has to be sold. So marketing is a part of management. So customer oriented and the production oriented business, they focus on production. These people focus on the needs. So the basic concept of business and marketing is to reach out with the customer with the product. But everybody will accept. You see, the basic concept is of business and marketing is to reach out with the customer with the product he might be interested in. So that is the concept of business and uh, marketing. So in mass manufacturing is an important aspect of this concept. So any marketing involves this mass manufacturing concept is an important aspect of the concept of business and marketing. Historically, the concept of marketing, no, implicitly or explicitly, was not in existence. It was not in existence. So when goods were barely produced by machineries, people were dependent on agricultural production. Just to see some historical base of this marketing, which was not in existence those days, when the goods were produced by machineries and the people were dependent on the agricultural production, the domestic animals, and understood the barter system. We all know about the barter system, no? It's not like agricultural production, the domestic animals. So, however, the growth of this civilization and discovery of sea routes in search of newer lands and markets, followed by the mission era, came to change this. So before that, The goods were produced by missionaries. People were dependent on agricultural production, domestic animals, and understood the barter system. Those who produced the exchange of goods only with the goods. The growth of civilization. So here, the important thing to note is the growth of civilization and the discovery of sea routes in search for new lands, discovering new lands and markets, followed by the machine era, came to change this system, this barter system. So, upon using this, the discovery of new lands made by the sailors, made people aware of new products and things. So, after the sea land, sailors made people aware of new products and things. Otherwise, they won't be aware of the product which is available overseas. So the barter system till the barter system was followed. So upon using these products, they developed a special interest in these products, and the demand arose. The demand arose over there. However, with these machines becoming sophisticated, production went up. There was a surplus of goods. I think now you can understand how this barter system has changed into the new sea routes evolved, and how the demand has arose because of developing special interest in these products. So here, now we are moving from the barter system, the next system of marketing business, what we call it as the basic problem arrived here is shifted, shifted from the production to distribution. So the basic problem shifted from the barter system to selling up to overseas, shifted from that of production to distribution. Hence, the business developed a new channel of distribution to reach out the people with their goods. This happened during early 20th century. This happened during 20th century. The business developed a new channel of distribution to reach out the people with their goods. So this was the era of distribution. Due to mass production and mass distribution took place. So and the problem slowly shifted to convince people to buy products. That is to create a market. So the earlier problem is to find out shifted from production to distribution to developing a new business channel, a new channel of distribution to reach out the people. This happened during 20th century because of mass production. The mass distribution took place, and the problem slowly shifted to convince people to buy products. That is to create a market. This problem arose as more and more products started flooding the market due to heavy production, but the distribution mechanism was non-existent. The one was to convince people to buy a product. So, thus, the world entered the era of selling. So, hence, the demand was created. To augment this, the producers also resorted to advertising. So, you have to understand from the historically how the media has become a business, not only to see how the barter system after the sea route has been discovered, the production, mass production, and the new problem is distribution, to find a new channel of distribution during 20th century. And after distribution, the problem slowly shifted to convince people to buy the products. That time distribution mechanism was non-existent, so world entered into the era of selling. So to demand, so hence demand was created. So to augment this, producers also resorted to advertising. Here the advertising came into play to market the product, to make a demand to the product, to sell the product. So by the middle of 20th century, when mass production and mass selling were in place, the consumers were the center of attraction. So buyers started to weigh their choices and were asking for goods of their choice and not what the manufacturer wanted to sell. See, here we are providing more choices to the buyers. to say the consumers or the customers. They were asking for goods of their choice and not what the manufacturer wanted to sell. So this created marketers and slowly led the path for manufacturers to reach their target market with their products. So with the advent of marketing, media too grew up by multifold organization. So media is the carrier of advertising and communicating the target market. So when industrialization and modernization spread across all across the globe, the media industry also grew, and thus many other businesses came under the umbrella of media business, which was traditionally press, then radio, and then television broadcasting. So Peter Drucker, the author of The Practice of Management, considered as the father of modern management, suggested business purpose is to create customers. The purpose of business is to create customers. So the features of a business model. Let us see and understand. First, understand the distinctive features of four elements of media business model framework. There are, there are as follows: scaling of business models, value in content production and distribution, drivers of value of advertising, media personalizations. So these are the four distinctive features, four elements that a media business model framework consists. So let me see one by one. So in order to understand the spectrum of complete spectrum of media at different scales, we can refer to this figure. The media, mass media is at the top, depicting at the head mid-sized professional publishing as the shoulder, and the micro media outlets with small audiences as tail. So the scaling of business models here, they scaled into bottom, middle, and top. Head as the mass medium, the middle as a professional publishing in the shoulder middle level, and in the bottom level it's a micro media outlets with small medium as tail. So media have audience focus advertising models and cost of content creation, that we see how we are connecting with this particular business model. So media have significantly different characteristics, leading to a variety of business models and approaches to scaling up our business. These characteristics include audience focus, advertising models, and cost of content creation. So the mass media only accesses the broad audiences, whereas further down the tail, which we call for a micro media outlets, according to their geographic location or interest only it can serve. So audience focus is important in all these three segments. So advertising models at different levels of scale, head, middle, and tail, head, shoulder, and tail, dedicated, aggregated, or combined advertising sales models are appropriate. So different shares of total advertising revenue are associated with these models. And the cost of content creations, how much to spend to create our content, the cost of our content. So mass media is associated with high production values, which means creating content remains expensive in mass media. The production costs are rapidly reducing, but the premium placed on creative work means that cost will remain high. As you all are aware, the product cost is less, only the amount, the cost that they are spending to the media, mass media, is high. That you all know for a certain products, the market where the competition is high in the market. So, however, production cost for most other forms of content has become very low when compared to this micro media outlet and small scale professional publishing. The mass media is high. So this is primarily associated with the labor rather than technology cost. It's a creative industry which can be low due to lifestyle advantages of the content creators. As I said, it's a creative industry. The interesting fact about this framework is there is no right or wrong place to be placed in sequential order. This means Nothing is more or less advantageous than each other. So which type of product, considering the geographical location and the size of the product market, you can choose the business model as head, mass media or small scale professional publishing, or the tail, micro media outlets. So it only notes that advertising or the revenue models, the content creation mechanism need to be aligned with the audience. Specific content for specific audience. Whether you have to think whether this particular content is for mass audience or it is for specific audience. So accordingly, we can select. That's why this means nothing is, you see, nothing is, no level is advantageous and more or less all are equal. Okay. Scaling cost and overhead. You see, cost is an important factor in deciding these three different scaling of your business: high, head, middle, shoulder, or tail. Okay, so this way we can, audience focus is important, advertising, different advertising master, and the cost of content creation has to be considered when scaling up of your business model. So the second feature, distinctive feature, element of a business model, media as a business model, is value in content production and distribution. Content production and distribution. So digital channels have resulted in dramatic fall in the cost of content distribution. This means the content creators like film producers, writers, and researchers can readily distribute their content directly to their audience. There is an ever-growing value or demand to content producers in direct distribution. As like, there are two type of content generation, as you all know, no, user generated content and the company generated content. Here what we are talking about is the company generated content, the new media which facilitates for the user generated content, which grow as a factor where the users are engaged directly in the content creation process, where we are living in that era, user generated content. However, there remains real value in the distribution process. Who will, what you say, who will create the contents? So distributors such as broadcasters, publishers, and agents will continue to play an important role in the media landscape as long as they can effectively establish and build distinctive value added, including brand, scalable infrastructure, and attract desirable audiences. So the distributors and broadcasters play a major role in this media landscape for promoting the content. That means content production and promoting. That is absolutely the distribution. So value creation is a most form of a important factor in content production and distribution, continues to evolve. So you have to keep it in mind, all these media, as I say, mass media, the small scale professional publishing medias, and the micro media outlets. It's like a media business. But the takeaway point in this value in content production and distribution is distributors such as the broadcasters, publishers, and the media agents. So as we have mentioned here, is the advertising agencies will continue to play an important role in the media landscape. They know how to establish and build a distinctive value add image branding. See, branding and image and infrastructure to the desirable audience. That's the role of advertising agencies and broadcasters and publishers in creating a value for content production and distribution. Yeah. So with this value and continuing with what you say, the different scales of business models and the value in content production and distribution, the third element is the drivers of value of advertising. So advertising is a paid content is visibly irreplaceable. So It is demand through subscription. You see, so paying advertising is what is advertising? The general definition, the basic definition for advertising is a paid form of promoting, paid form to promote your product, to sell your product, paid form of communication. Okay, so paid content. However, advertising is mass media is priced largely by audience size. So advertising in mass media is uh, paid, priced largely by audience size. There are four additional key drivers for this value of advertising. As the ability, to drive increase, to drivers increase, substantial revenues will become possible. So let us discuss the key drivers for this value of advertising. Advertising outcome, access, target demographic, point of insertion, and personalization. So, however, the original concept of advertising was exposing an audience to messages. So, that is the concept of advertising. So, the original concept is exposing audience to message, exposure, interest, and acquisition. That is the outcome. However, advertising can now be linked directly to the audience taking action through expressing interest or making buying decisions. So advertising, if you see the what are the different various drivers that value for advertising is, to put it simple, the advertising should expose messages to the audience about a product, about a service, about anything. But it and now they are linking directly. The advertising can now be linked directly to the audience taking action through expressing interest after seeing that advertising, after seeing that ad, or should make buying decisions. The purpose of advertising is to make, what is the purpose of advertising? Is to make audience to buy, is to make viewers to buy. So the advertising now linked directly to the audience taking action through showing their interest or making buying decisions. The target demography, accessing generic demographics that are highly disabled. As I said, no, different levels of scales of business are there. Whether your product should reach the mass audience or mass viewers, or who is your target. So the target demographic matters that are highly desirable, where most value for most advertisers to know about the target. Some advertisers are looking to what you say access very specific profiles. It becomes possible to the advertising value increases the point device distribution and content. So point of insertion, who is your target demographic. So advertising used to be inserted in distribution channels, which device, which distribution platform. So there are multiple approaches are there in advertising which are emerging, which include what you say in recent days, like even in mobile phones, it comes to your hand, the content which comes to your hand. For example, what we call it as product placement, placing your product, the content, placing the content on where to insert the product. Then personalization, media personalization. Okay, more personalization is one of the strongest drivers of advertising value. This is covered in more detail in the media personalization framework that we see in the media personalization framework. Here, the point is what are the different drivers that value advertising? We'll see one by, as I said, no, advertising outcome, point of insertion, access, target, demographic, and degree of personalization. So these four are the key drivers that makes a value for advertising. As I said, the advertising outcome, the concept is to expose messages to the audience, but now it is linked directly to make the viewers to do some actions, react to that advertising. That means observe, what you say, exactly to make them to uh, take a decision to buy the product, making buying decisions. And the point of insertion to win device distribution and content are considered in this point of insertion is where to insert your product. Even multiple of approaches are available inserting the advertising, including the end user device like a mobile phone or television or radio or newspaper, which point, which device you have to distribute your content, and the target, more targeted, more value. That is access target demographic. A generic demographic profile has been created to the product and targeting. It becomes more effective, so more targeted, more value. So that is also one of the key driver which increase the value of advertising. And the fourth is degree of personalization, which is one of the strongest driver. They believe that it is one of the strongest driver of advertising value, because as we are living in that era, media personalization era, where the products which comes to our own, what you say, it's not like in a mass medium which comes to our hand individually pointed towards your personalized products, and based on the demographic and the content that comes to individualized. For example, the Amazon or the Flipkart or any, you see, Zomato, any service providing apps which makes this media personalization work, which facilitates the media personalization for the brands and companies, which is the products that comes to your hand, that placed in front of you, or is the personalized products to you, especially to you. So this is covered in more detail in the media personalization framework. But what we have to understand here is the four drivers that value the advertising outcome, the point of insertion, the access target demographic, and degree of personalization. Then we will go to one by one the value of advertising. As I said, no, degree of personalization is a large part of the future of media. In order to personalize content and advertising, there are multiple requirements. For example, they have to compile the data about the audience members, especially the users, and the content serving platforms that allow the content to be, as all these applications. If you see these four levels of personalization of content and advertising, each of which leads to increase the value. For example, nil, most content and advertising is not personalized. For example, the requirements is broadcast television, newspapers, metropolitan newspapers, radio, cable television, trade specialist magazines, podcast, internet, interactive TV, mobile delivery. So these, it is not currently possible to personalize content on these mass distribution channels, such as I have listed out the television, broadcast TV, newspapers, metropolitan newspapers. The personalization can't be done. So most content and advertising is not personalized in this first level. So each of will increase value. The second, content personalization is possible by being associated with the audience specific content, the targeted content. For example, the trade magazines are targeted cable television channels attract particular audiences, effectively enabling the personalized advertising. For example, if you are a product or a brand or a marketing which serves to the locality of this district or this city or this town, then they can go for the targeted cable television channels, targeted specialized magazines, the trade magazines, which would be effect for the content, plays a major role in personalizing the media. The demographic, so advertising and content can be personalized for a particular demographic area. For example, gender, age, and location. We see content serving platforms and demographic data, which helps to specialize the media content in the demographic concept. This requires able to match viewers with a profile. So this requires, as I said, no, compiling the data about the audience. That's what happening in nowadays. The individual personalization is individual requires both audience profiles possibly generated through a registration process. So that is the reason whichever the apps comes, no, they are asking for the registration process, and they will compile, they will capture your data, and which will able to identify the audience members individually. So online and mobile content delivery or interactive television channels like YouTube, which is smart TV, that enable the individual personalization, which we call it as a audience profiling is required. So we need a audience profiling, audience identification, and registration. So it is important to note that this distribution channel being enabled a higher levels of personalization. As we all know, we have seen all these we have crossed all these four level of personalization eras, and we have seen the products initially focused on these broadcast release, because there is those days there was no this focused individualized personalized medium of distribution of product is not there in the market. So now it has been these YouTube channels, um, apps, service oriented applications. Okay, this will help more collecting the audience profiles by getting registration from them, and make a audience profiling and serve this media personalization very individual specific to the audience. So in the range of nil content, demographic, and individual, this increase the value of advertising with reference to media personalization. So as the media industry developed, so you see, as the media industry grow, the business models becomes the message. So keeping this in mind, the highest level of target can be achieved by understanding this media personalization. That is the reason all other media industries like newspaper, radio, television, everything came in the individualized way of catering, or what you say, the serving the public, serving their viewers or audience. That's why everything has become, even the newspapers, no, they are asking for registrations like in applications. So they are also serving the individualized customers. The newspapers, even the radio, you can, everything went online in this new medium. So the new medium is a revolution in advertising as well as the marketing the products, which is focused, targeted towards who they want to target. Okay, so this is just a brief idea about how to see the media as an industry, media as a, what you say, business models. And we have seen different features and different elements of media business model. So here are few business models that we discussed. What do you say? Giving importance to the advertising, which increases the value of advertising, and the scaling, different scales of business models, head, shoulder, and tail, and we have discussed few. So I think this is